In this video, we're going to take a deeper dive into Elementor, the free version. We're going to bring in a ready-made website from a template library and customize it all for free. Okay, so on the templates, we have that plugin has installed essential add-ons right here and Templately. So what we want to do first is go to Templately. And you see in here, this is sort of the interface for Templately, and you have an ability to sign in from here. You also can, and I suggest you go directly to Templately to sign in and set up your account. Right now, this is it's free. I just signed up for an account. I haven't paid for anything. I haven't put my credit card in. I have the free plan, which is essentially 2 active sites, and there's no charge right now. And I want to keep it that way. I want to see what I can do with what is free and not paying for anything. You know, that's sometimes you just want to pay for the convenience, and that's fine. But I'm kind of curious to see what we can pull in here with no cost at all. So I have hooked up my account within Elementor dashboard and within Templately. So I found that it is much easier to navigate through Templately here, through the actual interface website instead of within Elementor, because you get some more options for filtering. And what you want to be filtering on is, so they have packs, which is the whole website, blocks, which is just sections of websites, and then individual pages. And they have filtering for Elementor or Gutenberg or all of these other dependencies. I'm interested in packs, so we'll say all packs, and starter, because that is the free versions. And we want to make sure that we don't have dependencies on Elementor Pro or Essential Add-ons Pro. So we can include Fluent Forms, that's fine. So any of these other things, you probably will not need them. But you want to be careful and filter these out, because you don't want to get to a point, try to import something and then it has a dependency on Elementor Pro, which is what I run into a little bit. So if I click apply, and then you see we have not a great big selection, but we have some here and some to work with. So you might be thinking now, well, maybe this is, so I get, maybe it is worth it to pay, $4 a month and see what you can open up for Pro, and that's entirely fine. And you may want to do that and go right ahead. Just gonna come down here and look at this one, because this has some nice purpley colors, and the sample website that I'm going to build has a purpley logo, so I'm just going to go with that color because it caught my eye. And it is DigiColors, sort of. So you get to see what all is in here. It has 4 blocks, headers and footers, and 4 pages. So these blocks are actually dependent on Elementor Pro. So the filtering doesn't filter out everything well, but we can work with this. So what is important here is the pages. So we go to insert it. So the home page, we'll take that in. Because I've hooked up my Templately to Elementor, it knows where my website is, and it goes to insert it. Comes over here, home page, create a page, and we're importing it. So now this is taking the home page from this template on Templately and importing it into my Elementor, into my WordPress dashboard. So we're going to edit with Elementor and see what that looks like. So, just like it looked on the demo screen is what it looks like here. We have sections, we have the containers with all the elements, multiple sections here with some nice animation and elements coming down here. So we could work with this. So, what do we need now? We need a header. So, like I said, that header was needed a pro version of Elementor, but we're going to kind of go searching for a free version and then modify it to make it work with our page. Okay, so we are going to go out to dashboard, go to appearance, and we're going to use the plugin Elementor Header and Footer Builder. We don't have any yet. We're going to add new. We want the header. We don't have to display on the entire site. We need to worry about user roles or anything. We're just going to take everything, the title and header, save it, and edit with Elementor. So now we have a header element, which is obviously completely blank because we don't have anything in it. So what we're going to do is see what we can get for free. Okay, we're going to go to the Templately library. We're going to look for blocks, because now we want a header block. click on header, starter, and see if we can get something see if this will work out here. Filter that. And let's just use this one. We're going to make it what we want anyway. We're going to import this header. So now we have this header. It's black. Make it whatever we want it to be. So here's the logo. We're going to change the logo to what we want to use. We're going to change the background color. We'll make it transparent, actually. Here's a login and sign up. I don't anticipate needing that. So we'll just get rid of that and we'll rename this touch, maybe make it a call to action button at some point. And then here is just going to go our menu items and navigation items when we add pages. So for now, I'm going to tighten this up a little bit because I like to see things a little bit tighter. And you see it comes obviously with its own formatting already in place. I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller. I like whole numbers there. So we have that there. We publish that out. And now if we see what the entire site looks like, we should have this page with the header that we just created. And we do. Okay, it's on a white background. We'll fix that to bring it to be transparent. So now we need more pages for our website to display the rest of our information. So we're going to go back to the template area, make sure we're on pages, see what pages. We'll take an about page, a contact us page. About, sure, we'll insert that. Select my site. Insert, imports in a few seconds. Now this is what it came in like, so we'll obviously be changing that. So now we want the other page, a contact us page, and obviously we can just create, just using the same style. We could also create those pages from scratch, but if they're already here, that.
Hey, if you like what's going on here and want to build your own website, we have the links for Elementor, Elementor Pro below, as are the links for Templately, and the only cost we have incurred so far is for the hosting. That link is also below. If you'd like to learn more about Elementor, drop us some questions, subscribe to this channel. We'd love to see you around.
And so now we have 3 pages, a home page, contact us, and about page. So now we need a menu so that we can navigate through here when we start to look at this home page. So we'll go back to the dashboard, appearance, menus. So now, see, I haven't published these pages. They're only in draft, which is why they're not available yet. So once I publish them, we'll come back here, check these boxes, and then they'll move over here, and we have essentially created a navigation menu. Okay, now I'm ready to create the menu. I'll need to give it a name, like primary menu, create menu. Now these pop up, plop, plop, plop. Add them to the menu. Can move them around, which controls how they appear in the left to right. Move them under each other, and that's how you do that in the Elementor menu builder. Very easy to make things a sub menu of another menu item. Here's where you can also, if you just want this to say home, it doesn't need to take the title of the page. Of course, you really don't need a home page per se. Contact us, about us, our story. You want to change that down a little more descriptive. So we've saved that menu. So now when we go out here, we should have a site with our menu, which we have to fix up the coloring, but we have the menus there. So now we're back here, and if you're wondering where the rest of the page went, you have to go into customize, and this customize brings you into the hello theme custom elements, and you have to set your home page so that your home page displays the home page we created as opposed to a blog. So if this was strictly a blog site, your latest post would be coming up here, and that's what we want. But we want a static page to be our home page. We set the home page to home page, publish, and we're back to the site with our homepage we just imported and our menu down here. Okay, so we're going to go back to tighten up this header area and see if we can make it a little more pleasing to the eye. Going back to edit main. So I'll take you all the way back to where that is. So that's a plugin. Appearance, Elementor header and footer builder, and then we name that main header. So we'll go into that. We have the design elements for Elementor available to us. So this is in one column. This is a section. Within the section are columns, and within the columns are text elements and the button element. And so we get the name Elementor. Within there, this is a simple menu widget, essentially. So this picks up the pages and kind of displays them. And we have some variability for coloring them and making the font a different color and making the hover action a different color. So this is where we control all that from this simple menu. This, I'd point out here too, in this section, this is the content width is boxed, which means if you go full width, you would see it when it displayed on a page, but that means it would spread out a lot more. So we don't always want that. It really depends on your site and your application, but sometimes it's nice just to keep things a little bit more condensed here. So let's see if we can change up some of these colors. In the primary menu, we're working with style. So this is going to put a border around that. You may or may not want that. That doesn't look too bad. Maybe we want to make that a little bit thinner. A shadow on that border. That might look nice. That's horizontal. That's vertical. Okay, so now we're going to put some styling on this top level item here. So we'll open that up. We have the alignment left, center, right. Keep everything in the center for now. Typography is, here's where you select your font type, your font size, the weight of it, if it's going to be capitalized, first letter capitalized, or all uppercase or lowercase. You have a lot of options there. So we'll capitalize it normally. We can leave that font, it's pretty clean. Maybe make it a little bit bigger, and we can change the line height if we wanted to do that. Tighten it up a little bit. Letter spacing, space it out a little bit more if we wanted to. Word spacing, so it's kind of that spaces the words. You really don't want that. There's an option for padding, which will move each item, keep it together. So the background color, we want the text color. Let's see if we can just make that black for now. We don't have any submenus, so we don't need to set this at this point in time. If we wanted a background color, we don't want that because we want to make sure the whole thing stays transparent. So now we want to stylize the hover action. So this is the default, what it always appears like. So the hover action, when we go over it, what do we want it to do? So we'll change that to purple here. And you can change those individually, but I wouldn't. We'll make that hovers purple. So what's going to really pop this is the action. When it's active, what do we want it to look like? So hover green. And see if we can get some different sort of animation in there so that we can make it a little bit more stylized. So when you pass over it. Okay, I decided I didn't like that green color. So what I did was I'm making the background color of this purple and then the text white when it is selected. So when you go to that page, and see how that looks. Preview that. When I preview it in another browser, it does work. I think I just have a caching issue with current site here. So that's the menu. So what else do we want to do here? Obviously, we're going to add more pages to it. Do we then want to get a call to action button going up here? So sure, let's look at that now. So this is a button item. It's a little bit bigger. We can have some options for the alignment as well. We can put it in a different font entirely so that it shows up a lot differently. So on the hover, what do we want to do on hover? So let's make the background go purple and the text go white. So it's the same sort of thing that we did there. And do the whole box, some shadow, some horizontal and vertical, some depth. And you can spread it out so it gets really big. That looks a little odd. Hover animation, if you wanted it to pop off the page a little bit to grow, you can do that. Pulse and grow, which is kind of nice. You can do that. So maybe so that it pops a little bit more. Well, we're going to put this on, we're going to make this all transparent. That's what I'm going to try to. So let's reverse this and make the normal color background purple with text white, and then hover text background. So now I still don't like the way this is sort of hanging out here in the middle. Unlink values so that we only have one parameter going at a time. Now you can make the argument that that looks a little bit odd because the logo is here. I could always do the same, tighten up this logo, make it smaller, and move it up a little bit, which I'll probably end up doing. But I do like that there's not a whole lot of empty space at the top, even though you need some for your, for the ease of your eye. So you can look at it on the screen here. We don't really have a border around this. We only have a shadow on the bottom and the right. So what happens, we put a border around that guy. Border around him. Not looking the way I want either. So I continue to work on that. So we get that a little bit more stylized. So we have a button. What do we do with it? So here's where, if you had a pop-up that was going to collect information, you would make that page and attach it to the URL of this button. And the URL is the link here. This can be an internal link to another page. This can be an external URL to go to somewhere else. I don't know why you want to do that. But normally you would have it going to a pop-up or another page. So perhaps the contact page. So let's see what happens if we just do that. We make options and open a new window. So it knows about our Contact Us page, so we're just going to go there to the Contact Us page. So very basic, not very complex or exciting right now, but this is what we got. So next time we're going to clean this up, get the transparent header going, and maybe put another page or two on there. And then maybe make a pop-up page. So if you have any questions about this or anything we've talked about in this video, the one before, which is going to be linked around here somewhere, drop them in the comments. We'll try to answer them as best we can. If you like what's going on here, just subscribe and we'll keep putting it out and keep asking us questions, and we'll figure it out together, and we'll get you where you got to go. So the moral of this story is, and the moral of this video is, you don't have to pay for anything, but if you do, that's good. That's saving you time, but you don't have to. If you just kind of look around and make some tweaks here and there, you can make things work out for you without paying for anything. At the end of the day, this may be entirely worth it for you to pay $4 a month for a license or something. That's perfectly fine. There are a lot of options. Elementor Pro and Elementor itself are phenomenal tools, and you can do a lot with them. And with all of these templates available on the free market, free and paid, there's a lot of flexibility, a lot of variability, and a lot of nice things you can produce by yourself with these tools, and hopefully with us helping you along the way. So take care. See you next time.